Candace Cameron Bure has always been known for her strong faith and personal boundaries, but recently, she opened up about her experience with The View. For years, Candace was repeatedly approached by the show, despite her initial reluctance. It turns out that she tried to say no many times, but they just wouldn't let up. The producers of The View kept coming back with increasingly enticing offers, upping the ante each time, which eventually made it difficult for her to say no. Candace's story highlights a dynamic that is all too common in the entertainment industry: the pressure to comply with repeated requests, often when you've made your decision to walk away. It's easy for fans to assume that celebrities are just eager to take on every opportunity that comes their way, but Candace's experience is a reminder that even those with established careers and personal success face moments of doubt and pressure. At first, Candace said she wasn't interested in joining The View. She had her reasons, one of which was her desire to focus more on her family and her other commitments, which were important to her. She had a vision for how she wanted to spend her time and where she wanted to invest her energy, and The View didn't fit into that picture. However, the producers at The View didn't take her no for an answer. They kept coming back with new proposals, offering better incentives, and creating even more attractive opportunities to try and persuade her. This process of constantly upping the ante began to wear on Candace, and she found herself facing more difficult decisions. In her own words, Candace explained that the show was persistent. They wouldn't take her initial refusals as final, and their continued interest made her question whether she was making the right decision. This is something that many people can relate to in their own lives. How often do we find ourselves having to say no to something, only to be faced with more pressure to say yes? Candace's experience with The View shows how this kind of situation can feel like a test of one's own boundaries. It's clear that the producers at The View were confident in Candace's potential to bring something unique to their panel. Her previous experience as a TV star, her strong opinions, and her loyal fan base all made her an appealing addition to the show. But Candace didn't see it that way at first. She was not looking to jump into the media spotlight again in the same way. She had other priorities, and joining The View seemed like a big commitment that would take her away from her family and other passions. Yet, despite her hesitations, Candace eventually gave in. After much persuasion, she agreed to appear on the show, knowing that it would be a big challenge. But she didn't do so lightly. She understood that The View was not just any daytime talk show. It was a platform with a long history of passionate discussions and strong opinions. She was stepping into a space where her voice would be heard, and she knew she had to be prepared for what that might bring. In the end, Candace's decision to join The View was a mix of personal growth and career evolution. It's clear that she ultimately saw the value in taking on the role, even though it wasn't something she initially wanted to do. Her experience shows how sometimes, even when we think we have our minds made up, the world has a way of presenting us with new opportunities and challenges. For Candace, saying no to The View repeatedly was an act of maintaining control over her life, but sometimes the right opportunity comes knocking so many times that it's hard to ignore. She took a leap of faith, and while it wasn't easy, it has opened up a new chapter in her career. Ultimately, Candace's story is a reminder that it's okay to stand firm in your decisions, but it's also important to recognize when an opportunity is worth reconsidering, especially when it aligns with your values and goals. The key takeaway is that the pressure to conform is real, but so is the power to make decisions that are right for you.